This is Rod Kusin and Spooman with Risk. It is March 7th. We are at rollover. New contract for the June S&P 500 futures is out, and this is when we find a shift in the premium will take place because of the new contract. Now, that aside, look at what's happening with the premium. Okay, we are clearly getting lower highs and lower lows on the premium. That means that this market is coming down. Despite what it looks like, it's coming down. Where will it come to? At least it's coming right back to the low of the morning at 1536. We are short right in here. Definitely short. And we're holding that at least to 1536. No question about it. In spite of what you see, which looks like we've got higher lows on the Spoos and not quite higher highs, but certainly higher lows. Here to here to here. That might give you the impression we're going up. Premium says just the opposite. This is coming down, and you'll see it shortly. Once again, what we see happening here, higher lows on the S&P, okay? Everybody thinks this is going up. The premium says just the opposite. Those people that are buying into this pseudo rally are going to get themselves nailed. And if you know how to read the premium, you would know this. As we continue watching the premium here, let's take it from about 9 o'clock here. We had this low earlier at about 8:51. 9 o'clock we didn't hit a new low. Premium came up a little bit, started to come down again here and here, and then we hit another new low on the premium at 9:38. We're still expecting the market to drop back to 1535. All right. Now, let's just to be sure that we're, pardon me, 1536. Yeah. All right. So that line is at 1536. Let's just make sure we record that properly. All right. So we move into this new low at 9:38. The Spoos are not going any lower at this particular time. But now as we move forward, right after this low here, we hit a new low on the Spoos, relatively speaking, at this point here. And notice where our premium is. The premium has now started to slant up. And now, all thoughts of this move coming down have to be at least temporarily suspended, because the premium is now shifted. It's going in the opposite direction. We see that the lows of the premium are going higher and not lower. Okay? All right, we'll just draw this trend line. See how that's happening here? Higher lows, hence a move up. So again, there's no reason to doubt that we're going to be coming down. It's just that we're not going to be coming down right now. It's just not going to happen. So when we come up to this point here on the Spoos, we should be getting higher highs on the premium. But that's not really happening. We're not getting higher highs. They are getting higher, but they aren't like it was earlier in the morning. Okay? We're nowhere near that. But we should see some higher highs coming up. And there is where you see it take place. Okay? Let's suspend this for the moment. Right there. Now we're getting new highs here, new highs here. So we're also preparing to see an opportunity to short the market once again. But we want to see some kind of a setup on the premium if at all possible. Get some setups on the premium by way of the lows going lower as they did previously. So we'll start registering the lows right in here again. We have that low to work with, and let's see what happens here. Let's move forward. Okay. We have a much higher bar on the premium here, and we have a new high on the Spoos. This new high on the premium corresponding to this new high on the Spoos. At least for the time being, we're confident that this is going to go at least back to 1540, even though it may drop. Drop it does, but it will rally back according to the premium. So if we weren't in a long trade, we can look forward to getting into one in a long trade based upon that expectation. All right, we took off the trend lines there on the premium, so let's now look at what information we have from the premium here. So we have a new high here. We should be expecting, unless the premium goes higher, that the Spoos will go back to 40.5 or better. We also expect a low being tested at 1536. What we don't know is which will happen first. These two bars on the premium here as well as over here indicate something that we call a reversal. But that doesn't necessarily predict which direction the market will go first. So we just simply have to watch the premium. It may be safe until we see clear evidence of what to do to just stay out. So let's move things forward. And if we start getting lower lows on the premium, it's a pretty good indication that this will go down before it goes back up. So let's see what happens. All right, nothing really telltale here. No evidence that we're getting lower lows. In fact, we're getting higher lows. Those higher lows on the premium here at lower lows on the Spoos might indicate that this could be going back up. So taking a long trade right in here could make some good sense. If we were to do that, what we should see happen is some indication that the highs of the premium are going higher to sustain the move up. but we don't see that happening. So getting in on a long trade here may wind up resulting in being stopped out as we come right back down to that price. And again, the lows of the premium are going higher. So perhaps holding the trade rather than to let us completely get stopped out on that might be the better approach. Now here we don't have any help. Look at these lows. Just from here to here to here to here. We're getting lower lows. All right, right in here. While this particular low, and I think what we'll do is we're going to rerun our numbers here for just a second. We'll rerun them from, yeah, let's rerun the numbers from right about here, 1140. So what we'll do is we'll just change the time frame on this, on the lows, to 1140. And you see that a little bit more clearly now. Okay, lower low still, and another lower low here on a naked bar. All right, no divergent here, lower low. This now looks like we're going to be coming back down, just on the basis of this move on the premium. So what we want to see, if at all possible, is an opportunity to enter this trade with some divergence. So we have this high on the premium here corresponding to that move there. Premium doesn't go any higher. Spoos just take out another tick. And based, well, this could be just a little premature. Just a little premature, but we might decide to try to enter a short trade right in here at around 39.25, based on what we see happening with the premium here. All right, we get another higher high here, but the spoos don't go any higher. So I would say entering a short trade right in here at around 39.25, or maybe hoping to get filled on a limit order at 39.75, a little bit above that, might work out well. Okay, we're right back up to where we were, and we've got a higher high once again, but we're at a lower high on the spoos. Boy, this isn't really helping us too much. All that's telling us is that it should go a little higher, but that puts us right back to where we were before. Now, the lows of the spoos aren't getting any lower than they did here, but that was also a target. Okay, that's a forecast of a pullback. And we finally see that occur right over here. So now the predictive value of the premium has been achieved. If we're in a short trade at this point in time, we've got nothing more telling us what's about to happen. So should we remain short? Well, this is telling us that we might be going up, and we did, but we didn't go up very much. All right, now see what happened there? One little tick, we're short. Why do we say we're short? Right there, okay? When we had that one tick higher, what we should have seen happen is that the premium should have gone higher. It didn't. Now, this is maybe something that we've never talked about before, but that bar, having not been associated with a higher high on the spoos, but in fact a divergency on the premium, okay, You want to short that. Okay. This is definitely going down. So we'll put that in red. Make that real plain. Okay. Right there. Definitely short right here. We don't have anything that's saying we're going any lower, but you don't need to. That's a telltale sign. We see it all the time. This should be coming down. So let's see what happens. All right. We're getting lower lows. Now, are we concerned about this high? This is a higher high on the premium at the time of a lower high with equal lows, or, pardon me, a lower high and then equal highs thereafter and divergence here. So nothing to get overly concerned about right here. And we've got lower lows on the premium in here. We're safe. This should continue to go down. Ah, look. Yes. Yes. All right. Now, we have a little divergence here. Okay, that can happen. This may go up a little bit. Okay. All right. Now, let's look very carefully at that bar. Notice this is a higher high on the premium. This is higher than this. We know that just because there's a green dot here. You can check it, negative 512, negative 518. So this is definitely higher. And it's a naked bar. So that price should get tested. Now, does that mean that if we're in a short trade now that it's going to happen immediately? We don't know. We simply don't know. We had some divergence here. We have a new high here. All right? So our short looks like we're going to get some kind of a move back up. But once that's occurred, this could just as easily turn down again. Mind, we still have that 1536 target. So what do? Well, if you're in with multiple contracts, perhaps this is a good time to maybe take a little money off of the table. We don't know how far that's going to move up. So take a little money off of the table or tighten the stop a bit, but not too tight. Not too tight. All this is telling us is that we may go back above 38.50. But even one tick above is all we need with a divergence to see this come right back down. Okay. This is good. All right, now we got lower lows, lower lows, lower lows on the premium. We have that piece of information, so what we're going to do here, we're also going to set this up as a target for a future retracement. Right down to that 1536 level that we had talked about previously. We just hit a new low for the day. We don't have a lower low on the premium, however, because remember the low of the premium was down here at negative 654 roughly. This isn't a new low. And there's a bit of divergency in here. So this may indicate for us that the opportunity to get back into a long trade now exists, because this is what we're seeing. I mean, this is a very long move, my goodness, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high still. Naked bar. It's in a manner of speaking, we can say that this is a setup, but what's really the telltale sign is right here, because that bar is naked. And we have divergency right in here. We have two equal lows, divergence on the premium. We hit our target. I'd say go right back in. Get into a long trade at this point. That looks like a pivot. It's not a real clear setup. Not real clear. But there's a little bit of a setup here. So enter with a very tight stop. Okay, from here to here to here, premium is sloping up. There's the retracement. Yeah, this looks safe. This looks safe. Up we go. Okay, that indicated we'd be coming down. That price was tested. We came down, but there's a divergence right in here. We're all right. Higher highs on the premium again, relatively speaking, but that's still the target. Huh, look at that. Very nice. Very nice. So you made money coming down. We're making money going back up. And nothing telling us that, ooh, nothing telling us that we're coming down either. All right. Higher high. Spoos should go higher. They do. When they go higher, what do we not have on the premium? We don't have a higher high. There's a divergence. This is probably worth bailing on and calling it a day. Now, there's one thing here that there's no real trend on the premium in terms of lower lows. Okay, we don't really see that happening, but there is a divergence here, and those lows could be coming up later. I'd say, yeah, this probably time just to go ahead and call it a day. Take profits, close out your positions. Anything else going on? Not really. We don't have any lower lows in here, but we don't really have a forecast of this going anywhere. Let's just see what happens. All right. She moves back up to that high. Okay. Tests that. We're divergent again. We're getting some lower lows in the, well, that's a lower low, but then we have divergence. There's nothing here. Nothing here at all. Okay. These lows right, or pardon me, these highs right in here. It's very late to get into a trade at this point. We still had a previous target above where the market is right now, but there's nothing to this move up. If there was, we'd see some kind of a spike up on the premium. We don't. That's short. Okay, that's short. And let's just go back and see what happens. Okay, all right. Nothing there. And the market came down, closed out. Let's just go back to the very beginning of the day with this high on the premium. We didn't track where that high was. Let's just make sure. That high was at 468, negative 468. Did we go higher? No, we did not. Okay. So that spike up there is still good at 40.5. That's as high as she went, and we didn't go any higher than 40. But although the premium, did forecast this was coming back down, what we should see happen on the following day, unless we get other news on the premium, is a move back up to 40.50. So I would look for that to happen tomorrow. Okay, very interesting day. Took a long time for the Spoos to drop to their initial target, but then thereafter, once they did, market just turned right around and started going back up the other way. And we had some targets that took place later on, which were fulfilled. We were able to trade this very successfully just by reading the premium. That's how powerful a tool this is if you learn how to read it. And that's what we teach. We have indicators as well that can help you along in reading the premium. But ultimately, your goal is to read the raw data. Because if you can do that, you will always trade more quickly than you would if you were using an indicator. An indicator will always be lagging just a little bit. Even though the indicator may be on the premium, it's still going to lag just a little bit. So come, take a demo. Let us show you what can be achieved by learning this technique. We'll be happy to help you. There's only 2 places in the whole country that teach you how to do this, and we're half the cost of our competitors. So our website, RSKsys.com. Take a look at that. We've got some interesting things there as well, but ultimately your best tool is to learn how the premium. This is Rod Kusin and Spooman for Risk.